Good morning, church. Last week we heard from Lisa about what's been happening with our kids' church this year, and it was really encouraging to hear some of the challenges and excitement of Kids Church 2020 on Zoom. So we thought we would copy that idea and give you a bit of an update as to what has been happening with youth for 2020 so far. Obviously, usually you'd probably see us up the front almost every week with a here's what's happening on Friday night. So instead, it's a here's what's happened so far for 2020 and some of the stuff that we've been through as well. So take it away, guys.
Hey church, as you're all aware, youth has looked very, very different this year to what we are used to. To add some routine to what we've been doing, we've adopted a 3-week rotational system where we, on the first week, have an all-in Zoom, where all the kids from year 7 to 12 are invited to come play games and to hear a devotional at the end, which has been awesome. In the second week, we have life groups, which are gender and age-based, where around 3 leaders will lead a group of kids through different parts of the Bible. So at the moment we will be following along with the church in 1 Thessalonians, which has been awesome. And on the 3rd week of the rotation, we have a rest week, and we actually encourage the kids to have a night off from technology and from screens. In the coming term 4, we will be inviting grade 6s to join us on the all-in Zooms. We will also be continuing our 3-week rotation and obviously praying that before the term ends that we'll be able to have a night in person. So keep us in your prayers.
This season has not been without its challenges in some Zoom technical difficulties and glitches, which I'm sure some of you might have experienced if you've used Zoom enough. We usually have absolute chaos, so we make use of the mute all function. But then sometimes Zoom likes to mute certain people that we can't get them off mute. So we usually have either really loud or really quiet. So that's been a bit of a challenge. But some real encouragement has come out of this term. I think a big encouragement for all the leaders has been the consistent number of youth that have come every week and who have faithfully committed. And I think another big encouragement has been the discussion and the conversation and the questions that kids have had during our life groups this term, and to really see them engaging with the word is really encouraging.
Some of the ways that we've developed this year is I feel like we've really, as a leadership, come into our own in terms of our mini youth weeks that we've had. I feel like the splitting into smaller groups has made it really more personable for getting to know the kids that we're with, and I feel like those kids have really grown in how much they're willing to contribute and sort of speak out as to what's sort of happening in their lives at the moment. So that's been really encouraging. I think we've also grown in terms of just understanding that God's in control. Like, we haven't been able to do what we wanted to do in youth this year, and that's been okay. We will deal with it. We've tried to be as creative as we can with the nights that we've had, and I think He's really blessed us in bringing kids to youth, still allowing us to share the gospel with them and share our own stories with them. So I think that's been really encouraging. I think it'd be also worth just thanking the parents of our youth kids for your support during this time. And I really want to also thank the church, the eldership, and in particular Shabu, who has, as we know, he's probably been extremely busy at the moment, but he's gone out of his way to attend as many meetings as he can. He's been offering help week in, week out for us youth leaders, and we are really, really thankful for that.
We have really appreciated all of the prayer within our church community for our youth kids as they've tackled a very different sort of school year, and we would just want to ask for continued prayer for them as they transition back. Most of them transition back into on-site learning, and just continual prayer for motivation for them to get through the last sort of term of the year and whatever next year holds as well. We particularly ask for prayer for our VCE students as they're about to head into the really, really tough part of year 12 with exams and them having been pushed back as well. Particularly prayer for them as they sort of go about their celebrations a bit differently this year as well. We just want to pray that they're motivated, they're energized, that they get enough rest, and that they can push through and make it through the year successfully. And then continual prayer for university and results and things like that as well would be really appreciated.
Please also be praying for the youth leadership as we seek God's guidance in the decisions we make about this coming term and in 2021. That we would be modelling our leadership on Christ and that we would be reflecting his perfect love to the youth. We are continually striving to be unified as a leadership, so please also pray for each leader's personal faith journey. As you might be aware, we are continually praying and hope that you will also be praying for God's provision of a youth pastor. Not only for the right one, but also for patience, as we as a leadership are very eager for this, so we need the peace that only God can give if his answer is not yet.